This is Brock Radke from Las Vegas Weekly, and these stories are from the cover feature in the July 30th, 2026 issue. Be the Change: Why New and Soon-to-Be Teachers Are Choosing to Work in Public Schools. Written by Shannon Miller and Tyler Schneider. Kathy Brown. Career Pathway. I worked for lawyers for about 30 years and then decided to change my career path. And I always loved working with kids, so I decided I would go work for the school district. I work for CCSD's College and Career Readiness Department right now. I'm slated to graduate from the Nevada Forward program August 14th. I will be licensed to teach K through 8. Why teaching? I have 7 children and 6 grandkids, and I've taught countless kids through my church and the community. I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning, reading, and finding out new things. I'm always excited about that. So it just comes naturally. What can I do to make other people's lives better as I walk through life? Dream classroom. The optimal place would be a classroom where I had 20 to 25 students. It's a place that encourages creativity, original thinking, and the love of discovery and curiosity in kids. I like to find different ways to encourage that in them and not just be in front and lecture. Why public education? The average person doesn't have all the advantages or financial means to be able to go to a charter or private school. I think our education system is broken somewhat, and we need to fix it. But if we don't get in and fix it and we all just throw up our hands and leave, what are the rest of them going to be left with? I always come at it with the thought that if a kid can come into my class and feel like they are in a place where they feel accepted and seen, and they can get excited about learning, it can change something for them. Paisha Roan. Career pathway. I taught as a long-term sub at Boston Public at Charleston High School, which gave me an idea that this was something I'd love to do more of. At some point, I ended up getting a mental health counseling degree, and I was on my way to becoming a therapist. I did internships at the Perkins School for the Blind in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and another at Fitchburg High School. My career went in the journalism and communications direction for many years. Now, I'm starting at Cynthia Cunningham Elementary as a special education teacher. Why teaching? I've always worked with kids. They're the best people in the world. I've been a volunteer soccer coach with the city of Las Vegas for the last few years, and that really was the key for me. My husband is a CCSD teacher, and he connected me with friends who teach special education, where there's a huge need. Lucky me, that's what I'm trained to do. Dream classroom. The most important thing is that kids feel safe, connected, and cared for at school. If you can create that environment, we can build on everything else. Every child deserves an individual education plan because they all need different things from the system. That's one of the reasons I'm excited to be in special education, because that individual approach is where the fun and creativity is. Why public education? My husband and I both went to public schools and graduated from large public universities, and I've always kept my children in public schools. I feel strongly that the people who care the most about the system have to stay, dig in, and do our part. If we don't, we leave everyone else behind. We can't control the budget, but we can make an enormous difference on a personal level. Sparkiel Haley. Career pathway. I'm a Clark County School District bus driver. I've been driving for over 20 years. I'm 45 years old. I see a lot that goes on with the kids, being a driver. I decided that maybe I should make a change, be the difference. Instead of talking about it, be about it. I expect to complete the Nevada Forward program by August 14th. Why teaching? I had one experience with a young lady. She wouldn't talk. She was very reserved, off by herself, wouldn't deal with anyone. She was struggling in math. I had helped another student. I went over to help her. She began to cry. I began helping her, and I realized that every student learns differently. I explained it to her in a way she understood. She began to work through the math and start being more responsive, communicating and talking. She began to smile more and interact with others. Dream classroom. I plan to get a lot of parent involvement. I don't care if they say I'm getting on their nerves or I bother them too much. You need to show your kid that you're just as invested in their education as the teacher is. When parents are involved and express their concerns, the kids tend to do better. Why public education? Public education is everything you make it. If you're not helping your kid learn, all you're doing by sending them to private school is putting them in a different environment. Everybody needs to step up as a whole, as a community, and not just to talk about it, be about it. Instead of talking about what they need to, could, and should do, Let me get out there and be the change I'm talking about. Building blocks. Kelly Elementary rebuild punctuates CCSD's recent facilities overhaul. Written by Tyler Schneider. The key to preserving and building upon a legacy often lies in a fresh start, restoring what worked, altering what didn't, and modernizing for the future. It was in that spirit that CCSD educators, families, elected officials, and designers gathered amid the rubble of Matt Kelly Elementary's original 1960 building on July 13th to break ground on a complete rebuild of the West Side School. 1 month after demolition and 2 after the final bell rang, Superintendent Jeanne Ebert promised red carpets, all the bling, when the replacement facility opens ahead of the 2027-2028 school year. Students will attend a swing campus, Ruth Fife Elementary, in the interim. The new $76 million two-story structure will serve 440 students from 21 classrooms and will include a community resource center, amphitheater, garden, and learning kitchen. Clark County Commissioner William McCurdy, an alumnus, joked that he was once the school's 1995 tetherball champion before touting the next chapter as part of a $1 billion investment in the historic West Side. Quote, "This is a community that's rich in history and opportunity, and our story is still being written," McCurdy said. It's one of 3 new elementary school projects in 2026, alongside Indian Springs and Sky Canyon schools, following the opening of 7 new campuses last year. It comes on the heels of ongoing momentum. According to the Matt Kelly Elementary School Improvement Plan, recorded behavior incidents dropped from 141 to 69 between the 2023-2024 and 2024-2025 academic years. And while roughly 1 in 7 current students are projected to meet proficiency standards in math and reading, the fact that 77% of 4th and 5th graders surveyed said they're getting a good education there indicates a brighter tomorrow. Quote, "It is a declaration that every single child who walks through our neighborhood deserves an environment designed for their boundless success. It tells them without words that they matter," said Principal Gerald Hall. Workforce ready. CCSD magnet programs in schools help prepare students for careers. Written by Shannon Miller. Most people don't know what they want to do for work until their 20s or 30s. South Career and Technical Academy student Max Dubin is an exception. Quote, "I loved computers my entire life, so I knew I wanted to study cybersecurity," Dubin says. The sophomore says many of his classmates have the same confidence in the career paths they want to pursue and are dedicated to their specific track, whether that be engineering, biomedical, sports medicine, or business, and they're getting hands-on experience preparing them for those fields. Quote, "We don't have exams. We have projects where teachers provide really good feedback for us," Dubin says. In most of our programs, we don't have textbooks at all, so that's something different than almost every school in the district. CCSD's career and technical academies and magnet programs focus on preparing students for the workforce. For example, in South CTA's cybersecurity track, students have the opportunity to earn Computing Technology Industry Association certifications needed to work in the industry. Students also compete with other schools to sharpen their skills. In 2025, Dubin led South CTA's cybersecurity team to 7th place at the National Cyber League. Quote, "Each of us specializes in a certain aspect and we collaborate if there are tough problems to solve. We all learn from each other," he says. According to the district, about 54,000 students are enrolled in career and technical education courses. South CTA opened in 2025 as the 9th CTA in Southern Nevada. Early intervention for the district's youngest learners. Who? Delilah Crash, director of CCSD's Early Childhood Department and a former pre-K teacher, wants families to know about the services her department offers. What? In addition to enrolling more than 14,000 students in general education and special education pre-K programs across 600 classrooms, the Early Childhood Department also provides a service called Child Find. Quote, "We bring students in whose families have concerns about developmental delays, and we provide a comprehensive evaluation to see if they need additional services. We do a health screening, audiology, speech, hearing, and vision. It's a full evaluation," Crash says. "The earlier we can intervene and get students in and receiving services, the better." Why? Children have prolific brain development before age 5, Crash says. The benefits of identifying developmental delays and providing supports prior to children becoming school age are countless, she adds. Studies have shown that students who attend pre-K with the appropriate supports have a higher likelihood of graduating high school and obtaining higher ed. They've also shown that those students have better health outcomes in the long run. How? To register, visit ssd.ccsd.net/child-find-department. Child Find is available for preschool age students who are not already enrolled in school and school age students who are homeschooled or enrolled in private schools and reside in Clark County. You can find these stories and more online now at lasvegasweekly.com.